Silver just hit $50 an ounce, and today I'm going to show you the first ever silver bullion coin I ever purchased. I started collecting coins when, in the year 2000, I had just graduated from college, and I had my first job, which didn't pay me all that well compared to today's standards, but I was making $12 an hour. And I wanted to go to my favorite coin shop. I went there several times, and it's the same favorite coin shop that I still go to today. And the same coin shop that I've been purchasing loose coins out of their bin for now, I guess it's been 25 years. But I was still kind of new to this. So on this particular day, I looked at the precious metals section, the stuff behind the counter, and I noticed that silver was listed as spot plus $2. And as someone new to this, I didn't know what spot meant. I knew what $2 meant, and so I was scratching my head here. What is? I know what $2 means, but what does spot mean? I looked at what they had, and I picked the one that I thought looked the prettiest, and I said, I think I will buy that one. And so they proceeded to look up the current spot price, and I don't even remember how they did that in 2000. Today they have a television that has displays a channel that always has the current spot price. I don't remember how they did it back then. Maybe there was still a TV network that ran during the day that covered it, or maybe they just looked it up in the newspaper. And then they said, okay, well, it looks like right now spot is $4.25. You add $2 to the spot price, and this is going to cost $6.25. And at the time, I was a broke kid, just out of college, just married, and I wasn't sure if I had $6. But I liked it, and at the time, it was the most money I'd probably had ever paid for a coin up to that point. So it's not the one on the screen. That one's just a decoy. My first bullion coin was a Canadian maple leaf. And the reason I got the Canadian bullion coin was because a United States shop was going to charge $3 over spot for the U.S. bullion coin, but only $2 over spot for an international bullion coin like the Canadian maple leaf. And it comes in this Royal Canadian Mint case, which I thought was really nice. I don't know how many modern bullion coins still come this way, but yeah, I looked it up. This is made out of material called Bopet, which is probably better known as Mylar. So this is not something that is going to hurt the coin. However, Canadian coins have, at least at this time, were notorious for displaying what would be called milk spots on it. I'm trying to get it to focus, but there's a little spot right here on the maple leaf. So it's 1 ounce of 0.9999. They have the extra pureness on these Canadian coins. We flip it over, and it's got the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth. Now, I bought it in 2000, but the coin was actually manufactured in 1989. This was the second year of their Canadian Maple Leaf series. And in the second year, they had 3.3 million of these made. And of course, it's so easy for me to say that now that silver is $50 an ounce, that I wish I'd just taken all my money and bought as many of these at $6 as I possibly could. But no, I really couldn't do that back at the time. This does have a catalog number of KM163. And so it has a lot of the coins from the Canadian Mint do this now, where the actual features are somewhat proof-like, and then the background has a frosted look to them. So the portrait of the Queen here is the shiny mirror-like part, and then the background has it. When you look at it closely, it looks like a bunch of vertical lines that are very fine going through it, but that's how they give the back of it a matte look. So I wanted to show that off, but the other one I have right here that I used as a decoy, this may have been my second silver bullion coin. It was not actually made by a government, but was made by Mopar. So that's going to be made by a car company in America. And my parents gave me this. It was made for the commemorate the 1992 Olympics. It wouldn't surprise me at all if, let's say, Dodge at the time was running a promotion, come in and test drive a car and get a free silver bullion 1 ounce coin like this one, which features the Barcelona Summer Olympics. And then on the back here it says Mopar Customer Care. I'm just guessing that they did it to get a for a test drive. But I don't know that for sure. I mean, at the time, silver was probably still pretty close to $3 or $4, and we were driving a Dodge Caravan at the time. And this one comes in a felt case with a little window right there and a little 2-page certificate of authenticity made by the Liberty Mint. Maybe they took it in because they needed something repaired under warranty, and this was their way of saying sorry for causing you the trouble of having a car that was broken, but kind of fun to show that off, that getting a silver bullion coin from a car company. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, bye.